Welcome to the School of Business at Francis Marion University. This short video here walks you through the courses you need to take to complete your Bachelor of Business Administration at Francis Marion University. Please use this worksheet to plan your schedule and make sure you have this worksheet completed when you go to your advisor. In this video, we are going to focus on the general education requirements and the School of Business requirements. We will have a separate video for each major. Now, if you look at this worksheet, this top portion here, as you can see, is general education requirements, and this at the bottom is the School of Business requirements. All the details about your major is going to be handled in a separate video. The general education requirements is about 48 credit hours, and it contains the following sections. Communications, which has 9 credit hours. Mathematics, which has 6 credit hours. Science, which has 12 credit hours. Humanities, which has 12 credit hours. And social sciences, which have 9 credit hours. Please notice that the science has 12 credit hours, which is 3 classes, which is a theory plus a lab. So 3 credit hours for theory classes and 1 credit hour for a lab. Now let's go through each one separately. Let us start talking about the communications requirement. This is 9 hours, 9 credit hours, and this contains speech 101, English 101, and then after taking English 101, you can take English 102. It is important to note that the sequence of English 101 and then English 102 is important, as you will need this to finish your English literature course, which is a requirement for your humanities, general education, and then English 305, which is a business core requirement. The math requirement is very important, so I suggest that all of you pay very careful attention to this. It is also a little complicated. The math department decides where students are placed based on their SAT or ACT scores. Students who need help to succeed in math are placed in Math 105 or 110. This college algebra course, you get 3 credit hours, or it could be 4 credit hours, and this goes into your free electives, and I'll talk more about your free electives a little later. Students who need help to succeed do this in math, do this first before they take Math 111 or Math 121, and this is your college algebra 2, and this is your first math requirement. Once you finish that, you take Math 134, which is probability and statistics, and this is an important prerequisite for many business classes. So classes in the business core which require Math 134 are Applied Business and Statistics, Business 305, which is in turn a prerequisite to Management 355, Production and Operations Management, which is the core course for supply chain management. Management 134 is also the prerequisite for Finance 341. So you can see that there is a 5-semester sequence here. So this is 2.5 years. A delay in getting through any of your math course is usually why students don't graduate on time. So please pay close attention to this. If your ACT and or SAT scores are high enough, Math 134 might be the first class you take, in which case you will be allowed to take Math 131, 132, 137, or 140. For a few students who have extremely high math scores, or they transfer in with AP Calculus credit, or they transfer in their calculus classes, Math 2, and they have finished or they've got credit for Math 201 or 202, please see the School of Business office and talk to the dean to get a waiver from these math courses. So the humanities requirement requires one English literature class. It requires a history class. It requires a class in art, music, or theater, and a humanities elective. The literature class is essentially English 250 or above. So any course number which has English 250 or above is a literature class. Remember, you should have completed English 102 before you can take English 250. History class is 101, 102, 103, 104, or 105. This essentially is U.S. history before Civil War, U.S. history after Civil War, European history before French Revolution, European history after French Revolution, and 105 is world history. Introduction to art, music, or theater is which it allows you to read about and appreciate art, music, or theater, and you have to take one of these classes. And finally, you can take a class which covers any of the about 3 topics or in philosophy or religious studies. And this finishes your humanities requirement. Finally, we come to the science requirement. The science requirement has 3 science classes, each one with a lab. All students have to take a biology or life science with a lab. If you are in Francis Marion, choose Bio 103 or 104. If you're transferring a 3 credit hour biology class from another institution, biology, it'll transfer in as Bio 105. You can take Biology 115, a 1 credit hour lab to complete your life science requirement. All students have to do a physical science, chemistry, physics, or physical science. You have to do this as a 4 credit hour course which has 3 credit hours of theory and 1 credit hour of lab. The School of Business recommends Physical Science 101 and 101 lab, and these have to be taken together. Finally, you can do 4 credit hours in astronomy, another biology, chemistry, physics, physical science, psychology, or honors 280 to 289. The School of Business recommends psychology 206, which is the theory class, and psychology 216, which is the lab, as your 3rd science. Honor students can take classes, science classes 280 to 289. Your social science, which is the last general education requirement, has 3 classes. You have to do Political Science 101, which is U.S. government or Introduction to Political Science. And then all majors of the Bachelor of Business Administration program are required to take Economics 203, Introduction to Microeconomics, and Introduction to Macroeconomics, Economics 204, as part of their social science requirement. These 2 classes will be counted towards your business core classes. If you have taken other social sciences as your general education requirement, it will go into the free electives, and you will still have to take these 2 economics classes to complete the Bachelor of Business Administration degree. So I've talked about free electives a lot, and let me talk about this again a little bit here. Students have 15 credit hours of free electives. All incoming freshmen will take University Life 100, which is a 1 credit hour class, which will be counted towards their free electives. As a business major, be sure to be placed in University Life 100 Business. Students who are placed in Math 105 or 110 will also get credit for this class using your free electives. Finally, a lot of students get transfer credit for classes which are not part of their gen ed requirements or their business core requirements, and therefore this will be transferred into your free electives. If you have a lot of free electives open and you don't use it early in your freshman and sophomore year, wait till your junior year, because then it'll be easy to double major with your BBA degree. Talk to your advisor about double majoring before you graduate. The business core contains 45 credit hours or 15 classes. Now, since you already have looked at Economics 203 and 204 as part of your general education requirements, this now becomes 39 credit hours or 13 classes. The first three classes you're going to take are Business 150, Economics 203, and Accounting 201. Business 150 is taken in your freshman year, and Economics 203 and Accounting 201 are taken after you've finished Mathematics 111. It is very important that you get an average of 2.0 in these three classes for you to take any 300 level business classes. While you're working on these three classes, you can still take Computer Science 150, you can take English 305, or Business 206 as part of finishing up coursework while you're finishing these three classes. Now, the other classes you have, Accounting 202, Economics 204, can also be taken while you're taking these classes, and Accounting 201 is a prerequisite for Accounting 202. You have Finance 341, which is the core requirements for finance classes, and Accounting 201 is the prerequisite for Finance 341. Remember that Math 134 is also the prerequisite for Finance 341. Management 351 is the core class for Human Resource Management. Management 355 is the core class for Supply Chain Management. And Business 305 is the prerequisite for Management 355. Remember that Math 134 is the prerequisite for Business 305. You have Management Information Systems 327, which is the core class for MIS. Marketing 331, which is the core class for marketing. And then finally, you have Business 458 or Strategic Management, which is your capstone class. You will take this class at the end of your 4 years and the last semester when you're going to graduate. The prerequisites for Business 458 are finance, MIS, marketing, and your management class. So you should have done all these classes before you can take this class. So once you have done your core classes, you'll be in a very good position to choose your major. Most of you have not decided on a major when you join the School of Business, and so you are by default in general business. However, by the end of your sophomore year or by the start of your junior year, you should decide on the major you want to move to. The majors to choose from are accounting, economics, finance, management between human resource management and supply chain management, marketing, and management information systems. Accounting, you take 27 credit hours or 9 extra classes, and a suggested double major is finance. There are other double majors which are possible, but accounting students need to take only 4 extra classes to double major in finance. Economics has 18 credit hours or 6 extra classes. Suggested double majors are finance, supply chain management, and marketing. Finance majors, suggested double majors, accounting, economics, and supply chain management. Again, finance has 18 credit hours, 6 classes. General business has 18 credit hours. If you do not know which discipline to major in, you will be registered here and then you can decide on your major during your sophomore year or junior year. General business is normally useful for people who have a full-time job and they just need a 4-year business degree and they need some flexibility in their scheduling of their classes. And I would strongly urge you to decide on a major. You can go to this link for more information about your major. Other majors which we have are management, which has multiple tracks. You have human resource management track, and here are some suggested double majors for human resource management. You have the supply chain management track, some suggested double majors, and then sports management. If you're a sports management major, you need only 2 extra classes to double major in human resource management, and I strongly suggest that you take that. Management information systems, and there are some minors which you can do from a computer science class, or you can also double major in other majors. And then finally, marketing has 2 tracks, marketing and sports marketing. If you're a sports marketing major, strongly suggested to double major in marketing because it requires only 2 extra classes for you to finish. Finally, as students complete all their 120 hours of course credit, all students have to complete 8 professional activities. We strongly advise all of you to do an internship. Junior year summer should be a 40-hour-a-week internship. More than one internship is good for you. You will have plenty of opportunities to do these professional activities throughout the semester. You will get emails from the School of Business for these events. Sign up to complete them, submit your paperwork, and turn up for these professional activities. Some professional activities include a Dress for Success workshop, etiquette dinner. There are a number of networking events. There will be resume writing workshops, job search strategies. There will be mock interview sessions. There will be also training courses on using software like Excel or SPSS, and try to do about 8 of them throughout the 4 years you are at Francis Marion. The Career Center will also have a whole bunch of topics, and there is some paperwork you need to fill up, and if you do finish them, you'll be ready for graduation. With this, I hope you have a general idea of the courses you need to take and what you need to do to graduate successfully.